In the fall of 1781, the American Revolution reached its decisive climax. After 6 long years of war, marked by hardship, sacrifice, and unlikely victories, the fate of American independence would be determined in a quiet coastal town in Virginia. This is the story of the Battle of Yorktown, the final major engagement of the American Revolution. After suffering setbacks in the northern colonies, the British shifted their focus to the south, believing Loyalist support would turn the tide. General Charles Cornwallis, one of Britain's most skilled commanders, marched his army north into Virginia, seeking rest, supplies, and a defensible position. He chose the port town of Yorktown, unaware that this choice would seal his fate. As Cornwallis fortified the town, he expected the British Navy to protect him. What he didn't know was that far across the ocean, the British government had miscalculated. And just over the horizon, the French were coming. Meanwhile, hundreds of miles to the north, General George Washington was coordinating the Continental Army with French allies under General Rochambeau. At first, Washington planned an attack on New York City. But when he learned Cornwallis was trapped at Yorktown and that a massive French fleet led by Admiral de Grasse was sailing to cut off the Chesapeake Bay, Washington made a bold decision. He marched his armies nearly 400 miles from New York to Virginia in just weeks, moving in complete secrecy. Washington wrote, "The play is to beat Cornwallis." The trap was ready to spring. On September 5, 1781, the Battle of the Chesapeake changed everything. French ships clashed with the British Navy, forcing them to retreat. Cornwallis's escape by sea was now impossible. With the bay sealed off, Washington's and Rochambeau's combined forces, over 17,000 troops, surrounded Yorktown by land. The British, now cut off from supplies and reinforcements, found themselves in a tightening noose. On September 28th, the siege of Yorktown officially began. American and French soldiers dug trenches, moved artillery into place, and steadily inched closer to the British lines. Day and night, cannon fire echoed across the Virginia coast. Cornwallis wrote that the bombardment was so constant, few could sleep and none could leave cover. Washington personally fired one of the opening cannon shots, symbolizing how far the struggle for independence had come. But the British still held 2 key defensive positions, Redoubt 9 and Redoubt 10. As long as Cornwallis controlled them, the Americans couldn't finish the siege. On the night of October 14th, Washington ordered a daring assault. American soldiers, led by Alexander Hamilton, charged Redoubt 10, attacking with bayonets to maintain silence and surprise. At the same time, French troops stormed Redoubt 9 with equal bravery. It was brutal, close-quarters combat, but within minutes, both redoubts fell. Now the Allied armies had the final advantage. Cornwallis's situation became hopeless. By mid-October, Yorktown was a wasteland of smoke, hunger, and collapsing defenses. Cornwallis attempted one last desperate plan, evacuating troops across the York River to escape. A violent storm destroyed that hope. On October 17, 1781, a drummer boy appeared on the British lines, signaling surrender. Cornwallis requested a ceasefire. 2 days later, British soldiers marched out to lay down their weapons. Cornwallis claimed illness and did not attend the ceremony. His sword instead delivered by a subordinate. Washington, standing tall in his blue Continental uniform, accepted victory with solemn dignity.
When news of Yorktown reached London, Prime Minister Lord North reportedly exclaimed, "Oh God, it is all over."
Though the Treaty of Paris would not be signed until 1783, Yorktown effectively ended the war. The victory cemented the United States' place on the world stage. It proved that determination, unity, and international alliances could topple even the greatest empire on earth. The fields of Yorktown remain quiet today, but the echoes of 1781 still linger in the soil. Here, the dream of American independence transformed into reality. Here, the courage of farmers, merchants, enslaved people, native allies, French soldiers, and patriots of all backgrounds shaped the destiny of a nation. The Battle of Yorktown was more than the end of a war. It was the beginning of the American story.